Some high schools have vending machines filled with food, while one high school in Houston County has some things students may need. I'll show you how one student is helping her classmates while getting a lesson in business.
Good Tuesday morning, Central Georgia. You're taking a live look at the fairgrounds in beautiful Houston County. The time is now 6:30 a.m. on this August the 9th. Might I say, this Tuesday morning, it's looking good on you. I'm Wanye Reese.
And I'm Caitlin Heck. What a beautiful start to the day down there in Houston County. We love to see it, although we know it's going to give way to a very warm forecast for the day ahead. Right, Alex?
Yeah, the only thing is if this 7 could be a 5, and if it was 51 in Perry this morning, it would feel even better. But it's still a humid start out there. 72 in Byron, 71 in Macon, 72 in Forsyth, as well as in Gray this morning. And we're looking at 72 in Dublin and Dudley, where, of course, Lawrence County schools head back to school today. Dublin City went back last week. 70 in McRae, 71 in Cochran, and 70 in Thomaston this morning. Also in Thomaston, we've been watching an area of fog this morning. Also, it looks like up in Forsyth as well. Visibility's cut in half down to about 5 miles, less than a mile there in Upson County. And then down towards Ben Hill County, we've seen areas of fog in and around Fitzgerald and Osceola this morning. Looking at nothing on the radar picture as we head into the morning hours, except for, well, this isn't on the radar picture, but the temperature is headed into the 80s fairly quickly as we get into the afternoon hours, eventually up to a high temperature right around 93 today. Looking at the threat of isolated showers and storms, sunrise this morning is officially at 6:54. So we've got more isolated showers and storms today and through the remainder of the week, but lower humidity by the weekend. We'll talk about the details of that coming up in a few minutes.
Craziness. I had 4 kids out there, didn't know which way to run. Scariest thing I have experienced.
Kids can't be kids anymore. Can't even enjoy a high school football game. That is how people online reacted to news of a shooting in Johnson County Friday night near a high school football scrimmage. This morning, we're following up on the case as it puts a sharp focus on community safety. That's one of 3 things you need to know right now.
We talked with one woman who says a lot of her family members went to that game on Friday night. This video is just so scary. The Johnson County Sheriff's Office says deputies.
It's awful.
The Johnson County Sheriff's Office says deputies arrested 27-year-old Joshua Russell of Dublin in the case. He faces several charges, including felony aggravated assault. The Sheriff's Office believes Russell started randomly shooting into the air on Herschel Walker Drive, just outside of Lovett Stadium in Wrightsville Friday night. School leaders secured the field and they escorted players and coaches off of it.
Now, Shanice Hodges is a Johnson County grandparent. She has a 13-year-old grandson who wanted to play football, but says Friday's situation makes him a little nervous.
And to hear my oldest grand say he don't ever want to go to a football game, that's hurting. And this is Wrightsville, Georgia. When you enter Johnson County, the sign says the friendliest town in Georgia.
Thankfully, no one got hurt in that shooting.
The school district and sheriff's office declined comment on the case. Well, it's now 6:33 this morning. The search is still on for 2 men wanted in connection to a deadly attempted armed robbery at a Macon Walmart. Now we're learning more about the 41-year-old victim, Ronnie Albea. We spoke to his fiancée, who says that she's not ready to speak on camera, but she says Albea was a sweet family man and protected her before getting shot. Now she wants justice. The attempted armed robbery happened Friday night in the parking lot of the Walmart on Harrison Road. Witnesses told Bibb County deputies that 2 men demanded car keys from Albea and his fiancée. Albea refused, then a fight broke out and he got shot. Tashara Shahi is about to be a high school senior, and she says the crime problem comes from young people not having much to do, and it's sad.
Living the fast life is really not cool. Like, our lives are a lot more valuable. Because, like, how would that make our mothers feel, or like the victims' mothers feel? Because one day they have their baby and the next day they're gone.
The sheriff's office says the 2 men they're looking for are believed to be in their early 20s. Someone last saw them driving a black Volkswagen Passat. Both men wore all dark clothing. If you have any information, you can call the Macon Regional Crime Stoppers. That number, it's 1-877-68-CRIME. That number again for you, it's at the bottom of your screen. It's 1-877-68-CRIME.
Well, more than 60 arrests after a crackdown on crime around Houston County. Warner Robins police say their department, the Houston County Sheriff's Office, and Georgia Department of Public Safety conducted Operation Safe Streets on Friday and into Saturday morning. They reported 65 arrests along with nearly 300 warnings and almost 260 citations. They say the operation succeeded at stopping criminals in high crime areas, enforcing traffic control, and helping people feel safe. The arrests include some DUI and drug charges, and law enforcement took several guns off the streets. An update this morning in the death of the Hancock County woman who died last month, days after deputies say she fell out of their cruiser. An independent autopsy revealed Brianna Greer suffered head injuries that led to her death.
For some people in our country, when they have a mental health crisis, it's not treated like a medical issue, it's treated like a criminal issue.
Greer's family called the Hancock Sheriff's Office in mid-July for help because Greer was experiencing a mental health crisis. Deputy body camera footage shows Greer's arrest and what happened after she fell from the deputy's cruiser. An independent examiner says Greer's head injuries included 2 skull fractures.
It would be a violent impact that would cause a skull fracture in 2 places.
In this case, these injuries are very severe and indicate a significant amount of force to cause these types of injuries.
The GBI is still investigating Greer's death. We reached out for information on results of their own autopsy. So far, they've not responded.
Now let's catch you up on your state news. We now know the sentences for the 3 men convicted of federal hate crimes in the killing of Ahmaud Arbery. The Department of Justice says a federal judge sentenced Travis McMichael to life plus 10 years in prison. His father, Gregory McMichael, got life plus 7 years. The judge sentenced his neighbor, William Roddy Bryant, to 35 years in prison. A jury previously convicted all 3 defendants in a separate state trial on felony murder charges and other offenses. In state court, the McMichaels got life sentences without the possibility of parole, and Bryant got a life sentence with the possibility of parole. A judge is considering whether Georgia officials should once again be banned from enforcing the state's abortion law while a legal challenge against it is pending. A Fulton County Superior Court judge heard arguments yesterday from lawyers for the state and for doctors and advocacy groups who filed a lawsuit challenging the law. The judge says he'll issue a ruling soon. The hearing focused on whether the judge has the power to block the law temporarily while legal actions plays out and whether the law was invalid from the start.
Well, a festival featuring headliners like Big Boy, Outkast, and Nico Moon will no longer happen in Atlanta this weekend. Organizers for the 404 Fest say they made the decision to pause this year's event is to explore options allowing their fans to celebrate community inclusion, growth, and appreciation of Atlanta. Organizers say they're working to secure new dates and will announce them shortly. This news comes about a week after Music Midtown organizers announced they will not host that event next month. They said it was because of circumstances beyond their control. A plan to demolish a century-old home in the Vineville neighborhood looks like it's a no-go. The Macon Planning and Zoning Board denied it yesterday.
Some say it once belonged to one of the first women to get a degree from an accredited college or university, although a planning and zoning report says she died the year that the house was built. The home sits next to the Big House Museum, and they want to tear it down, the home, and put a garden in its place. They say there's a demolition order for the home and argue it's dangerous.
Dozens of neighbors showed up to the zoning meeting yesterday, worried what that demolition could mean. Many of them concerned about traffic noise from Vineville and a rumored amphitheater in the proposed green space. The Big House says they are not planning on an amphitheater, but not all neighbors are convinced.
It's immaterial if the amphitheater is on their plans. The open space is on plans, and a chair concert that doesn't have fixed seating is still an amphitheater in my book.
The zoning board told the treasurer of the Big House Foundation that even though they denied their plan, they're welcome to come back with ideas on how to potentially save the home or build a new one in its place.
But the treasurer told us there are no backup plans. Well, in their meeting yesterday, Planning and Zoning did approve more businesses coming to North Macon. It's part of a development project along Bass Road at the Providence Boulevard intersection. Some of the new additions include an urgent care clinic, tire shop, and a gym, plus a 3-story building of stores and medical offices. This is on top of a list of shops already planning to break ground soon in that Bass Road area. That includes a Taco Mac, a Dunkin' Donuts, and a bank.
This morning, BIB commissioners will talk about whether to create a director position for the county's airport. A proposed ordinance shows that Mayor Lester Miller wants to pay a director between $105,000 to $168,000 a year to maintain day-to-day functions at the airport. The job description says the director will be the main contact between the airport, FAA, and GDOT. Commissioners meet at 9 this morning to go ahead and discuss that position. It's now 6:39 a.m. on this Tuesday morning. I feel like I want to be taken off to the Bahamas or maybe just a place that has a nice beach, because with this weather, you want to be in some type of water, you know?
Exactly. It feels tropical enough outside, but I'd rather be at the beach.
Yeah, but if you wait a few days, it's not going to feel as tropical. It's just a little tropical, but you know, the humidity is going to be coming down. The showers and storm chances are going to be going down as well, thanks to a front that's going to roll through here. But in the meantime, check out this sunrise this morning down in Dublin, where Lawrence County students headed back to school today. It's going to be a hot day to do that here across central Georgia. Temperature in Dublin right now is 72. That dew point's at 68, so the humidity is at 88%. All of that to say, it is a humid start down there in Lawrence County and across all of central Georgia. 74 in Gordon, 73 in Warner Robins, 71 in Cochran, and 68. It just changed in Eastman there with a dew point of 66. Notice this wind coming in from the south from the Gulf of Mexico, bringing a lot of moisture with it. As we head through the day today, we are going to have a lot of moisture in our atmosphere as well. This model is not showing as many showers and storms as it was earlier, but we've got a lot of moisture to work with. So I think we're going to see more than what this is putting out, especially as we head into the evening hours tonight. You see it's trying to bring a storm there on through our eastern counties towards Eastman and then Irwinton. But dry tomorrow morning, and then for tomorrow afternoon, the same thing once again, a 30% chance of rain both days, and then into Thursday, another 30% chance of rain, as we don't really have any steering mechanism to drive these showers or storms one way or another here in central Georgia. So they're instead being driven by the high pressure that's out in the Atlantic. On Thursday, that begins to change with a front rolling in here. Here we are on Friday, the front right in through the middle of central Georgia. But watch this now. What we often see in the summertime is the front either stalling out over central Georgia or not making it through central Georgia. But this one says, watch this. It's going to go all the way through down into southern Georgia. And that means we're going to be on the drier side of things with the humid air down to the south. So yes, please. So we're looking at lower rain chances and drier air for the weekend. But in the meantime, still looking at humid to very muggy conditions through Friday. It's not until Saturday where we begin to see that downhill swing. And then for Sunday and Monday, borderline comfortable for this time of year with high temperatures in the 80s. That's the other thing. It's still going to be hot out there. 89 on Friday and 88 on Saturday. For today, though, 93, looking at those isolated showers and storms. Sunrise here in officially less than 20 minutes. 6:54 is when it comes above the horizon in Macon. But those heat index values today, they are going to be up there as well. Talking about the middle 90s. So even though we're topping out right around 93, we are going to be looking at feels like temperatures in the middle to upper 90s at times. At times this morning, we're showing 97, 98, which is still going to be a possibility. 71 tonight, warm and muggy. A shower or storm will still be possible. Sunset is at 8:29. So 90s for the next 3 days, then down into the 80s. The front comes through on Friday and drops our rain chances, drops our humidity. A 20% chance of rain on Saturday, and then 10% for Sunday and Monday.